Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 26 of the April daily draws. So as we start the weekend, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Celtic Spirit Oracle. So let's use our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, and we will go there. Okay, we have the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords. Interesting, because we've had the Page of Pentacles, haven't we? We've had that. So this is a more reflective, I think, perhaps. We've also, I think, had the Page of Cups, if I remember, or the Princess of Cups. So we've had the Page of this is the Page of Swords. Say, I know it's Princess, but we'll call it the Page, just so, because it's the traditional name, and it's the same thing. We've had we've had the Page of Pentacles, we've had the Page of Cups. Oh, we've had the Page of Swords before. I think then the only page we haven't had is the Page of Wands, funnily enough. So what is the Page of Swords coming to say to us? A Page of Swords can actually mean that we're going to get information. So we may receive some information. We may be sent some information that we're going to find interesting or useful. We're going to get a message from someone, a text, a letter, and do people send letters still? An email, something, or somebody is going to actually communicate something to us in some way, even verbal communication. They're going to tell us something, and it may be something that we need to hear. So that could be one meaning of the Page of Swords for us today. It can also mean that it's time for us to find some information for ourselves, to search for information, to research, to look up facts, details that we may need in order to continue on our life journey, to pursue our goals. We may need to gain some new information or some details as to how certain things work, so that we can work, we know how to plan. And it can also be the preparation, the planning stage. But I think it's more of a discovery and an exploration, like with the Page of Pentacles, where we're looking at the opportunity, what its potential was, we were considering it, and is it a fit for me? Maybe we need to reflect upon some of the ideas that we have, some of the plans that we have. What is the potential of this idea? How realistic is this idea? How practical is this idea? How can this plan, this concept, this idea work out in practice? How does this idea fit with the overall scheme of things regarding who I am and what I'm doing? So there could be that reflection, of that self-discovery, of exploration of ideas we have and the nature of them. So this could also mean, just thinking off the top of my head, this can even mean perhaps if we're not sure what ideas we want, It could be a brainstorming, the way to explore ideas, brainstorming, just letting our minds, explode with sort of concepts, and then use that as to narrow things down as to which ones appeal to us the most and which ones seem to have the most potential. So it could mean all of these things for us. I think, to me, the pages are about learning, about discovery, of getting concepts, getting the seeds, getting them set, preparing the way. And that's what we're doing. And we're doing this with our intellect. We're doing this with our mind, with our planning, and with information that we gain either by ourselves or that comes to us from outside by whatever means. We could be simply watching something, something comes across the screen to us, information. We could be reading a book, we could be talking with a friend and they say something, all these things. And we have to be ready to pick up these bits of information. And this is what I feel that this card is saying to us: get ready with the information, with with your plans, develop your plans, explore your plans, your ideas. Now's the time to be doing it. Narrow it down, refine them, ready for putting into action. Because that's to me is the next stage. That's the night stage to me, when you start putting things into action, and we're there. Once we're ready to go, we've perhaps already been putting certain things into action, but this is preparing the next things for us that we need to put into action. So let's get ready. Let's get the information we need, and let's prepare ourselves for the next step. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. The gift. Communication. So you've got gifts and crystals and everything, something being presented to us. And I think it's communication, information, because that ties in with the Page of Swords here. This, is the communication aspect I feel relates to here. We're going to have some gift of information, of knowledge, something imparted to us by some means or other that we're going to need. And to take on and explore. So let's be ready and open and receptive to get the information that we need. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 27. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.